Welcome to and welcome back. I just saw Tron Ares, and this movie is 3 words: loud, wrong, uninspired. That's it. That's the whole time I was thinking, and it really comes down to one main thing: compelling characters. When characters are compelling, I lean in. Then whenever conflict they're in, or the conflict matters more. If they're not compelling characters, the conflict doesn't matter. And then when this conflict is as boring as Tron Ares is, it makes these really dull characters and flat characters matter even less. This movie wasn't good. And I'm not even trying to be like, hey, if you're even if you're there for the vibes, Tron Legacy gives you vibes. This movie just gives you like eye roll. Every time eye roll. You're just eye rolling the whole time. This wasn't good. It's really that simple. This movie was not good. And also, that's the saying. One, you don't have compelling characters, and then when you have this whole two companies fighting for domination in this video game space, whatever AI space, I don't care. The whole time it was just like, I don't care. The movie starts out just bam in your face, and it's like, this is whack. This is not good. Tron Legacy, it really cements Tron Legacy now. Now that this movie cements it, this movie's really bad. So this was directed by Joachim Running and starring Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Hassan Minaj, Arturo Castro, and Gillian Anderson and Jeff Bridges. The only one, only character. I mean, Jodie Turner-Smith was good. I think she did well as this soldier robot. I liked her face. She was trying. Jared Leto is this stiff bored. The whole movie, he's a stiff bored. Like he's doing the Batman, like I can't turn my head thing. He's a big hand swipe. Greta Lee is surprisingly really bad. She's bad in this too. But like I said, these characters are written not in a compelling way. They're not interesting. So I don't know what these actors were grabbing onto. Not much. Like I said, I mean, Jodie Turner-Smith was the only one where I was like, okay, yeah, she was fine. But also, really super fun fact, y'all. I was in Vancouver when this film was, shooting in production. I was in Vancouver. I just want to say, I love Vancouver. And I love that this movie was shot in Vancouver. And every time they showed the skyline or the stadium and everything, I was just like, yeah. And they showed the Hyatt, and I was like, that was the first hotel I stayed out in Vancouver. I was more excited about the city than the movie. And actually, me and Jodie Turner-Smith were on the same flight from Vancouver to New York. She was on my flight, and I remember we were both at baggage claim, and I didn't say anything to her. And I was just like, wow, Jodie Turner-Smith, amazing actress, beautiful woman. But I was just like, why is she in Vancouver? I just thought, why is she in Vancouver? So I look up her filmography. I'm like, what's filming? What's in production? I was like, oh, Tron Ares. So I was like, okay, I'm excited. This movie was shot in Vancouver. I love Vancouver. Let's see. And I'm watching movie, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, this is loud, wrong, uninspired. That's it. That's all I gotta say about it. And I know Daft Punk having to follow. Nine Inch Nails having to follow Daft Punk. That was a tall task, because I think Daft Punk and Tron Legacy are just that is really good symmetry. The movie works really well with that backdrop of their music, but here. Truly, there was only one scene where I was like, okay, this sounds cool. This looks cool. And that's where Tron, and that's kind of Tron's legacy, is This looks and sounds cool. And the only time is when Jared Leto and Greta Lee, they're on this like water thing and they're traveling. The music there is really good. It looks really good. I mean, the red this time, I don't know. I kind of was iffy about it, but that was the only time where I was like, okay, this looks and sounds cool. But a lot of times this movie, like the music is just blaring at you and you're like, these scenes suck though. So it's like, this sounds cool, but this movie sucks. It didn't match. It just didn't match. And then another thing that Greta Lee's performance, that was really surprising. I don't know what else to say. This movie just, uninspired. You can just feel like they knew they had to make a sequel. Like, oh, we have to make a sequel. Like, people like Tron Legacy, but this is a sequel where it's like, you guys weren't even trying. You were not trying at all. And another thing that I really didn't like, especially, I think it was Jared Leto's suit. Jodie Turner's suit didn't look bad when it was in the real world, but Jared Leto looked really terrible when he was in the. He just was so stiff and like, I don't know what was going on. The lighting didn't look good. His hair just looked greasy. And then the end credit scene where he's like in some European country, wherever he is, and he has his blonde hair, that Jared Leto look, and then a little scarf. I was just like, dude, what is? And then they try to connect it to Tron Legacy, but I was like, y'all blew it. You blew it. This is a franchise that could have been the looks and sounds cool franchise, but they threw all that out the window. And like that same. Like the movie, like Tron Legacy, and I'm sorry I'm comparing, but I have to. Like, this is a sequel to Tron Legacy, and I know they include the '80s theme thing from the first Tron, but it's like we don't care about that. Tron Legacy has a place in our minds. Like when we watch it, and you're like, wow, this looks good, it feels good, shot well, sounds good, the performances are good. I like that one a lot better. But when I watch this, it's just like, oh, let's throw shit at a wall and just see what sticks. And it's like nothing stuck. These are all uninspired choices. It's kind of boring. I mean, oh yeah, Evan Peters is in this, and he just like, he just typing the whole movie. The whole movie he's typing. Like they even do the line like, I'm in, I'm in. Like it's such like, they didn't care. They're trying to, AI. No, stop. You guys make AI sound boring, and this movie's boring. And this is one of those movies where you can walk out. You can walk out halfway through. You didn't miss nothing. If you walked out halfway through, you did not miss anything. Just keep Tron Legacy in your mind, and this movie never happened. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, those 3 words. I was just like loud, wrong, uninspired. I just kept thinking that. And the guy next to me kept ordering frozen margaritas. You could tell he was eye rolling too, because he was just like, oh my God. Like it was like, this movie's still going. It's just, and I think this movie's under 2 hours, but it feels like 2 hours and 30 minutes. It does feel long. It drags a little because the conflict's kind of just like, whatever. I'm saying like, you don't care. But I did like the city of Vancouver. And I was, a lot of time when they were like showing aerial shots of the city, I was just like, oh yeah, I know that is. Oh, that's near Gross Mountain. I was very excited about that. So shout out to Vancouver. I'm glad they did shoot it there. But at the same time, that's it. That's all I have to say. And that one scene where Nine Inch Nails, that's a really good. I'll probably listen to that song. I did like that. When you were driving like in the water in the grid, that was the only time where I was like, okay, this is interesting. But other than that, this is a movie that I would have felt good walking away halfway through. Like I would have felt very good, like I didn't miss anything. Like when you bite a sandwich, you're like, oh, this is not good, and you can just leave it. You can just leave the sandwich. That's what I felt like. I took a bite and I was like, oh yeah, there's nothing in here. And you can just walk away. Yeah. So yeah, this is a film discussion for Tron Ares. We will be back for Roofman, starring Channing Tatum and Kristen Dunst. That trailer looked fun, so we'll see with that. Hopefully it's fun. That's it, y'all. Have a good one. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and we're getting close to having a guest. I think Predator Into the Badlands. I'm trying to get my brother on, so hopefully I have a second mic by then, and we can, really have these discussions. So thanks, y'all. Have a blessed one.